Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole
Rebel soul child got a fist ball, I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up, I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless, yeah, I got next up, right, now we not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride, you do better keeping it quiet, my pen is ignited, my soul is enlightened, I like who I am, but I'm biased, the palette is right, and my drip is a fountain, I'm not like these regular guys, all of that talk is misguided, she like the way I make the tape print, but the way I make the words play is grim. I'm the reaper reaching for the kill switch. The label cut the check like the Blazesman. Something sparking where his brain is. The beat is somewhere where their prayers in. Geronimo, the way I make the bass jump when no parachute is tasted.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Another episode of Throwing Hands.
Yes, sir.
My name is Jay Nez with my boy Josh. How you doing today, Josh?
I'm doing good, man. My ass is kicked a bit from sparring, but I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. We had a good weekend. College football started back up. Thursday, we covered ASU live. Saturday it was just a good weekend of football, period. So I'm doing good. Can't wait for this weekend. NFL's back.
Oh, yeah. I'm jealous. I'm jealous you had a good weekend. Actually, we had a storm here in Havasu. I lost all my power, my AC for like 2-3 days. Not even kidding at all.
It's messed up too, because a storm in AZ you want the water, but then you need the AC the next 3 days though.
Exactly.
It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. But today we have a lot to talk about. We had a fabulous weekend with UFC as well. We have a great weekend coming up with UFC. And then we have a special guest.
Yeah, we do.
Tell us a little bit about him.
So we got my boy, Dustin Trilla. He's a badass. He's a kickboxer. We're trying to get him a fight right now on a rough card. And, dude, he's been working his ass off. So I can't wait to have him on. Can't wait to start talking.
All right, well, let's go ahead and bring him on right now. Oh, wait. What's going on, Dustin?
Nothing,
What's
man.
up?
Just getting ready for the fight, bro. Getting ready for whoever they throw at me. Doesn't really matter. I feel like at this point right now, on my weight and just the work output that my body's letting me do right now is amazing. It's incredible. I'm really happy about my body and just the way it's operating. And I just feel like whoever they give to me, man, it's over. It's over. I feel like it's already over. I just need an opponent, man. That's it.
Yeah. Right now, we're trying to get him an opponent for the kickboxing card over in Tuba City at the Navajo Festival on the rough card. So, dude, and this is the guy, too, that I was telling you the story about how when we were doing pad work, one of his kicks slipped over, caught me in the chin. It was shin to chin. And, dude, it was fast. It was fast. I didn't even see it coming. It whipped me, and I was like, wait, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, I'm a red belt in Taekwondo. I should be a black belt, but I didn't follow through with the belt rankings and how all that goes. You know, I'm black belt level. I know that. I've got the hip strength for it. I've got the flashy kicks. Like a lot of people say, I'm like O'Malley. I've even got those straight rights, man. I thought that straight right is coming right back here, and I'm 6 feet tall. I can make 35 just like Sean. So it's very similar. That's a guy I'd like to fight, man, in the future. Maybe in a couple years, that'd be badass. Come on now, who wouldn't watch that fight? That'd be a sick ass fight.
Right. No, so
I
mean,
too.
You said what?
I trained with him and sparred with him and everything. I look at the pictures.
How was that?
This was after his fight with Chito, where he broke his ankle. So we're at the lab, and bro is just sitting there, like he's just chilling with this ankle thing on. And I was like, I still want to spar. And we sparred, and bro's hopping around, fucking me up, dude. But it was nothing I had never felt before. It was just his speed. His speed was so different. His power was obviously there too. It was cool. I mean, obviously he was walking around at like probably 165, 160 at that time. I was probably I only walk around at like 55. So But it was a really cool time. I got to see him. I got to see Benson Henderson. I got to see a lot of cool guys over there at the lab. They got a lot of cool individuals over there. Shout out to Chitty Bang and Joku, if you guys have ever heard of him. Shout out to Chitty Bang, man. He's taught me a lot of this Muay Thai shit too. So we're really getting that in.
Nice. What weight do you fight at?
Well, I was fighting at 145, but I found a way to make 35. So we're gonna go for 35. This fight we're going for catchweight 140. If CJ, he's the promoter. He does all the matchmaking for Rough. Shout out to CJ Pittman, by the way. Shout out to Joe Lopez. Those guys are cool. I think when I was fighting for them, it was always 140 catchweight. I tried to make 135 one time, but I wasn't. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like I wasn't disciplined enough. I feel like I didn't follow my diet that I should have, and I was only like 2 pounds away from making weight. Then I passed out and got hospitalized for 2 days. I had the blood sugar equivalent of a dead person when I was making that weight cut. So it's a lot different now. I just had a banana. It's a really good source of potassium and energy. I've already eaten my grilled chicken, and I did have Asian edamame, which is a green, just all green veggies right now. And the weight, and I'm just drinking a lot of water, and the weight is just coming off. Like I'm at 143 right now. And I know when I go to bed tonight, you lose weight in bed. So like when you sleep, you'll lose 1, maybe 1.5 pounds right there just from sleeping. So I'm hoping I wake up tomorrow and I'm 142 range. Basically, if I'm at 140 by the end of the week, I know I can make that 35 cut because I don't feel any weakness. I don't feel any fatigue. And like I said, I've got a whole different game plan, whole different discipline. Like I wake up every day and I'm wondering what can I do to be better than my potential opponent? Because that's basically what I'm doing. I'm trying to find ways, like today I did 3 miles in 114-degree weather. I went straight to that, went to work after that. That was tough. I'm tired, physically, but not mentally. So my body feels good, bro. I'm ready to go. I just feel good. I feel a good head kick KO coming up because that's my forte, man. I know how to kick the face quickly. Very quick.
Nice.
Yeah,
Those are always surprises. I mean, hey, ask Usman. He was surprised. He had an early Christmas present.
Yes, sir. He got caught with that kickboxing head kick, boy. And
That's
dude,
a kick to the head right there.
yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
the lead kick. It was more of a lead kick. There wasn't really a switch. It's just Leon is such a good kickboxer, and that's where I was.
It's those feints, man. We were talking about this last week, Dustin.
Mhm.
And I just think that's one thing that, not just obviously kickboxers are specializing in it, but as a fighter like Usman, who's whooped his ass, in the entire fight, he just really just depleted him as far as, confidence and really Leon knowing or doing what he wanted to do. He was more reactionary than it was, doing his or implementing his will. So when he did that kick, and I was talking to Josh about this, and when he did that kick, that feint, to me, Usman overreacted to that particular feint.
It was a body kick that he thought was coming.
But he also overreacted to the straight, because he reacted to the straight.
Yep.
And then you're right, he kind of like crunched for the body, and whack it.
And it was nice. It's really cool seeing these kickboxers coming up. You got Sean O'Malley. He's a real kickboxer. He's got a Taekwondo background just like me. You've got Cyril Gane, probably the best kickboxer in the UFC right now. He just beat Tua. That's probably fight of the year. I don't know. That was a crazy fight. That was a crazy fight. I know that we got a lot left in the year, but
hey, Luke and Paulo was really good too. I don't know, man. That
fight was really good, man.
That was a really good fight.
I really like Luke a lot. Shout out to Luke Rockhold.
Same.
Yeah,
Same.
he did that fight in fashion. Like the fact that he was such a savage that he just buried his face and his blood all over Acosta's face is like, take that, just straight up, fuck you. Let's go, man. Let's go.
I thought it was a
So-
close fight. I thought it was closer than what the judges' scorecards had. I thought it was going to be a split decision either way. That's what I was thinking at the end of the fight. But I think it was unanimous, which I was a little bit surprised about.
Yeah. Like, shout out to Damien. He literally just posted a comment saying Usman didn't learn from the Will Smith slap.
Right. Guard your face at all times.
Yeah, for real,
Bro,
for real.
And it's just like dude, bro, it's a blessing seeing these kickboxers.
Hmm.
You know, it's a blessing for me because I've been fighting for years, and I've always been wanting to strike. And the way I lose these MMA fights, and these motherfuckers get me down, and they won't let me up because when they feel me kick them, they're like, "Oh fuck!" Like the first round, I'll win the first round, you know. And then their coaches obviously tell them, "Get him to the ground," and then it's a wrap. I obviously, you know, when you come from strictly kickboxing, it's so hard to make that transition. Shout out to Alex Pereira and Adesanya, two guys that were able to do it. And I think, bro,
Transition
honestly,
well.
with discipline and the right mindset and the right group of supporters around you, you can do anything. I feel like you could do anything. I feel like you could be in any shape, fight anybody. I'm literally mentally, and to me, this fight shit is 80% mental. And you got to be confident. You got to know what you're doing. And I've never felt this confident before in my life. I really haven't. I've got a good team around me. I've got good coaches. I got, you know, we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. And when we get there on October 7th, we're probably going to get the knockout. If we don't, we're going to get a decision. But I'd like to walk out of there with the knockout. In between rounds, I ain't going to sit down. I'm standing. So I want him to be able to sit down
And that could,
look across and see me standing. And that's the plan.
Mhm.
Because I go in the gym sometimes, and we all do this class and shit, and I outpace everybody, and I don't even need water. Everybody's going and getting a drink of water. I'm standing there literally jogging in place. I'm ready to go, and
Nice.
and it's not like I want water, bro. It's not like I don't want. I want it, but I mentally train myself. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pretend like this is an actual fight, and we're actually going. So, shout out to Jaime, really good boxing coach of mine. Knows a lot of shit. He's a former contender. I can't remember what promotion he was with, but he has a legitimate record. He's a legitimate former pro boxer, and he's legitimate for me. So I'm very excited to have this team around to get us going. You know, I want to get to pro kickboxing, and then if I want to switch to MMA, that's fine. I've already got a Naga gold medal. You know, like I know jiu-jitsu. I'm not stupid. It's just wrestling. That's a little bit different with me trying to blend in wrestling. I don't come from a wrestling background. I never wrestled in high school. In high school, bro, I was just smoking weed and trying to get with the finest girls. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't focused like I am now. But again, shout out to my team, my whole team over there at Fiore's Endorphin Factory. I like to call it Fiore's Kickboxing Academy, whatever you guys like to call it. I call it FKA.
Yeah.
I'm going to FKA, and really good team. She's a good kickboxer. She's a former pro kickboxer from Argentina. She's very skilled. She has more of a Muay Thai blended with karate background. Very good. She has very good hip strength. Just very good with my style. You know, I go in the gym and those guys appreciate my style. And part of this fight shit, bro, is being with a team that appreciates you. And when you know they appreciate you, and when you know that they see you putting that hard work, you want to put that work in for them. It's like you want to do it for them. It's almost like you forget that you're fighting, you know? You want to, like, when you got a team that respects you and knows that you could do this and believes in you, it's just a whole different ball game, man. It's mentally, it's just so much better for me.
I could definitely concur with that and vouch, because it's watching, like, I've been there working with him the entire time, and he's been just outpacing everybody. And dude, even when everybody's asleep, everyone's in bed, or they're just at home playing video games, this dude and then our other guy, Brady Corzin, shout out to you, man. They're
Brady.
literally out here training 10:30, 11 at night,
Mhm.
sparring, do whatever they can just
Yeah.
to get in the work.
Yep.
That's training for those championship rounds,
Yeah.
and that's what that does. And I kind of want to go back a little bit because we've
Yeah.
the way we started the conversation is going to put me in a little bit of our timeline's going to be off, but I do want to go back to when you said you kind of figured out how you kind of figured your trick out as far as getting down to 135.
Yeah.
And you did say that you ended up a little sick at the last time that you tried to make that cut.
Yeah.
So what was it that kind of clicked for you, or what was it that you went back to and seen that you did wrong and that
The
you were able to
work.
correct this time? Okay.
The work that you put in. I feel like last time that was an MMA fight. I was supposed to fight a guy named James Cartwright. Shout out to James Cartwright. I was supposed to fight him, and at 135, and then it was supposed to be at catchweight. He wanted catchweight 130, and I knew I couldn't make that. So we had my team talk him into 135. He agreed to that, and I feel like I just didn't put in enough work. I feel like there's no disrespect to anybody or anything. I just feel like I wasn't with the right team at the time. The team I was with at the time has the current champion. Shout out to Trenton Byers. They were really looking. He's a good prospect, man. I mean, he's a legitimate prospect out here, and those are guys you got to watch out for. And I feel like I was just in the different setting. I was in more of a jiu-jitsu and wrestling gym, and that's not my style. That's just not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm looking for. And I just didn't put in the work because I didn't understand. And also there's no excuse. I didn't have the discipline at that time that I do now. I wasn't waking up every day going, how can I outwork my opponent? How can I outwork everybody around me? I wasn't doing that at that time. Now all I think about is fighting. Like, girls will hit me up. I don't even hang out with girls no more, bro. I ignore them. Like, how is that gonna, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but how is that gonna benefit me? Or I mean, are you going to the gym with me or what's up? Like, because I'm focused on training. I'm focused on one thing. I'm trying to be a world champion kickboxer. I'm trying to be an amateur kickboxing champion before I go pro. And I know I can go pro right now. I know that. Like, I've already fought in kickboxing 8 times for like 3 different promotions in New Mexico. So shout out to Tim Means. He's basically the one that kickstarted my whole career, gave me a chance, let me go in there. He's in Moriarty, New Mexico. I lived in Edgewood, which was like the town over. So I got to go and train with him over that Fit HB. So shout out to Fit HB and Tim Means. He just lost to Kevin Holland, 2 months ago. So shout out to him. He basically taught me, he blended in my Muay Thai and taught me how to condition, where I can elbow, throw kicks. And now I can go and kick poles and bend them and shit. And that's crazy. I never thought I'd do that. But yeah, you follow me on the social media, you can see all that cool stuff on Instagram and whatever. I be kicking poles, bro. Like, and it doesn't hurt me anymore. Like, I've got my conditioning down. I just listen to what these guys say. At that time, I wasn't listening. So now I'm retracting of all the shit that all the pros have taught me, and I'm sticking to that right now. And you can do anything if you have your own agenda and your own discipline and your own mindset. And right now, the team that I got is perfect. So everything's just, all the puzzles finally came together.
Nice. So what was it like, at what age did it kind of like click to know that you wanted to do, kickboxing? Because that's your first love, right?
Yeah, I was 21 and I was going through a breakup. And I'll tell you what, bro, you get your heart broke hard enough, it's going to make you do something you've never done before.
Right.
And I knew when I was 13, 14, I was watching Anderson Silva just dominate for years. Nobody could beat him. And front kicked Vitor Belfort. Then I became a huge fan of Lyoto Machida. And I was like, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to be fast like that. That's what I want to do. Then there was a guy named Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. when he fought, that he comes from the same exact background that I do. I've trained in American Kempo Karate 8 years. I'm 28. I'm about to be 29 in 3 days. When I first started out, it was literally with a man. It was with Tim Means, who would come to our gym. And there was also a man named Anthony Segala, Tony Segala, former top 10 kickboxer in the world with a huge Kempo Karate background. So that was when I was 21, 22. I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start kickboxing. And for years I competed. I even got to a title shot and got knocked out. That sucked. I got knocked out in like the first 40 seconds. I just didn't see it coming. The dude, kept throwing the one. He hit me with the same move I do, the 1-2 head kick. He threw a 1-2, and I kept reading 1-2, and I'm like, this is all this guy's throwing. And then the moment I thought that, he threw a 1-2, dropped his guard, and then I dropped my guard because I'm thinking and then boom, I got head kicked. So that's all I remember. And then I woke up, and then everything was good. I was just sad. I was like crying on the way home, but I really wanted that.
You got that out your system early. And you know what it's
that's
like.
The only knockout. It's weird because I've done MMA fights. I've done 2. And, it's easier to get knocked out in MMA, I feel like. But I never have. And that was the only time I've been knocked out. Yeah. Shout out to James Chris. If you see this, bro, good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chris, like CRISS.
Okay.
Bad
and so with your training, so you first got inspired to actually pursue this as a career around 21, 22, but with your training, you started when you were younger, right? You said about 8 years of, what was it beforehand?
I literally started like at 20, 21.
Did you really?
Yeah, when I was 13, 14, I knew that I was going to fight. Like I was telling my auntie, rest in peace, my aunt Donna Dianetti, that was my great aunt. She basically like helped raise me. And I told her, I was like, I'm going to fight. I'm going to do this. We're watching UFC. I'm like, you see this shit? I'm going to do this shit. We're watching Glory on TV. I'm like, Auntie, I'm going to do this shit. And then when she died, it like clicked. She died when I was 19. And then at 20, I was like, I got to do this. I'm running out of time. I should have been doing this when I was 8, 9 years old. But I have learned a lot at a very fast amount of time because I've sparred guys that have been training and fighting way longer than me. And I fuck them up. So it's like I'll go to their gym and beat them up, so that's cool. It's nothing to brag about. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I just paid attention better. And I feel like I was just in better gyms at the time. I was also paying better money. You want to learn the real shit. Sometimes you got to pay. I was paying for a good membership there. It was a couple $100 a month, bro. That's, you go to Planet Fitness. That's like what, $10?
Yeah.
I was like really into it. I was really with these pros, really getting into it in New Mexico. And in New Mexico, that was at like 6,800 feet. So I got real good, dude. My cardio got so good. When I came back to Arizona, I would just walk into these gyms out here, like Arevalo, all these other gyms, and just start sparring dudes. Like shout out to JJ. I've like JJ, he's been doing this forever. And me and him are like 50-50 sometimes when we spar. So sometimes I get the upper hand. He was in the backyard over here not too long ago training with me. I hit him with the left hook that put him on his knees. It was done. And then after that, we were done. So that's just because, I've been putting in the work. That's all it is. When you put in the work every single fucking day, you don't worry about nothing else, nobody else, except my kids. That's it. I got 2 kids. That's all I worry about is my kids and my training, and my baby mama. That's right. Making sure she's good. But respect my baby mama. Shout out to Megan. Thank you for being a good mom to our kids. But yeah, I started this shit late, man. I just learned fast. And you're going to see that on October 7th. You're going to see the skill set. You're going to see everything. Everything that I've been working for, there's just no way I'm going to lose. It's not going to happen. I've got a better mindset than I've ever had in my life. I've been eating better foods. I've been making sure I'll go broke, making sure I'm eating the right foods before I go and get a burrito.
Right.
Like I'll literally go broke going to the local herb store, which is like your Whole Foods, and making sure I'm in shape. And I'm ripped right now. I look good. if I make 35, when I make 35, I'm gonna look even more ripped. I'm gonna be huge. I'm gonna walk in there at like 153 the next day. So it's gonna be a cakewalk. Like in my opinion, I'm gonna be bigger than my opponent. I'm gonna be a lot taller. I'm 6 feet. I'm slender. I've got very long legs, and I want to wrap that leg right around your head. That's the plan.
Nice. So when did Dustin? Because I see the passion. I see that drive. I could see it. I could just hear it in your tone. That drive that you want to be greatness. And when did that passion start transitioning to wanting to get into the full blown MMA?
Well, yeah. So that was for the money. Like, I just knew that MMA obviously brings in more money, but it wasn't my passion. It was, I did a couple MMA fights and I was like, damn, I'm not ready for this. Like, I knew I wasn't ready. Like, I won one of them, but I lost the other one. And I just knew I didn't have my wrestling. I knew I didn't have my wrestling down, and I knew my jiu-jitsu wasn't on the level of these other guys. And I just really enjoy kicking people in their limbs. It's just my passion. I love kicking your leg until it falls asleep. I love knocking people the fuck out. That's just what I like to do. And I want to say at like 28, I'm 28. Yeah. Earlier this year was when I realized, I was like, all right, this year I'm going to fight and I'm going back to kickboxing and I'm actually going to do this. Like, I'm not going to fuck around. I'm trying to fight 2 or 3 times a year until I get that belt. I want that belt. I mean, that's just all I want. I want that shit around my waist. I want to bring that back to my gym, bring that back to my coaches, and I want them to be proud. And I want my team to be proud. I want my kids to be proud. I'm tired of I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I saw Leon Edwards' corner at the end of the 4th round. You know what they were telling me? They said, stop fucking feeling sorry for yourself. Get out there and fucking get him. Pound for pound, headshot, bang, bang. And what did he do? Knocked him the fuck out. And that's what I'm going to do. It's just simple as that. Like, I feel like I'm going to be the best 135, even 145 striker in the state of Arizona at an amateur level until I go pro. I feel like nobody could touch me. I go to these gyms. Like I said, These guys are all wrestling and shit. They're not striking like I am. They're not conditioning like I am. I can kick you in your leg. If you check it, that's fine. I'm still going to go 100% on it because I'm not going to feel it. I've already killed all my nerves down there. The only time I'm going to feel it is if I pull an Anderson Silva. That's about it. So I'm literally going through you. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm outpacing everybody and I'm going through you. And that's the plan. And that's what it's going to be. It's what I know it's going to be. Conor McGregor had this same mindset his whole title run. And this is the same exact mindset that I have right here. It's just, I know that I'm going to win. It's just, give me the opponent.
Yeah, so it don't even matter who the opponent is at this point. You're already ready. You've been in shape. You've been training for the fight. They're just a placeholder at this point.
And even if we don't find an opponent, even if people back out or whatever, that's fine. I ain't got to talk shit. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to fight me either. That's just how I feel right now. I'm confident. I'm confident in my abilities. I'm confident in my striking. It's very sophisticated. My striking is very sophisticated. I switch stances. I can fight from any stance, just like Sean. I like to switch it up. I like to throw a lot of feints, a lot of hip swivel feints, a lot of crane kicks to the body. Damn. If you want to compare me to anybody, my style, it's Thompson. Hands down, bladed kind of fighting, or Michael Venom Page. Just stylistic, bladed sideways like this. People think they can leg kick me because I'm bladed or whatever. It doesn't work for them. I'm too fast. At 35, bro, I'm just going to be too fast. I'm going to be too strong, too fast. And I just think that my body's ready for it. But my body's only ready for it because my mind is. Your mind is what makes your body do these things. It's not anybody can do this shit. You just have to have the right mindset. You have to put in the work and have the right set. And I'm out there working every day. I'm finally taking a day off for recovery tomorrow. I'm going to take an ice bath tomorrow. And then the day after that, I'm going to do a 15-minute ice bath. And then I'm going to be good. The next day I won't feel anything. Ice baths is a huge part of my training regimen. I do ice baths twice a week. I'm serious about this shit, man. You you want to be able to train every day. So you have to take ice to do that.
Mhm. Yeah. See, I've seen too like you literally post on your social media and everything about you going in the ice baths, you literally kicking a piece of rebar next to a tree, caving it in, like not like no shits and giggles at all, James, whatsoever. I literally see a Snapchat story, him kicking rebar just to kill the nerves in the shins and just to be able to get nice and conditioned. And then I've been watching him doing sparring with Brady, and dude, he just keeps going back and forth. He doesn't stop. Phenomenal head movement, able to
I give
switch
him a
back and
break. I'm
forth.
ready. Like shout out to Brady. He's got a long, but he stays under us. He's gonna go somewhere. He's a big boy. I mean, he's gonna go somewhere. But I see it in his face, and then I say break. Give him a break. I'm trying to beat up my teammate, but we know where we're at. We know what's going on. We got a good team. I want to travel up to Kingman pretty soon. Shout out to Brian Skinner.
Mhm.
I'm talking to Brian over there at Riot MMA. He's got some serious pros under him. I want to go spar them. I want to go see where I'm at right there.
Right. Yeah.
I like to
Now-
spar guys too. Patrick, shout out to Patrick Bauman, 3-2 MMA fighter. The motherfucker kicks you and it feels like you got hit by a truck.
I plan on doing some sparring with him, and I'm kind of expecting that, kind of like worrying, like, am I gonna have to like really keep my guard up?
And when he hits you, it hurts. But you know
Yeah.
what? I like sparring with him because I like feeling the power. The guy walks around at over 200 pounds. I'm sparring with guys that are over 200 pounds. I'm not sparring with little boys. I'm sparring with big boys. So that's one of the biggest differences as far as conditioning goes. Being able to take damage and take punishment and just be like, what was that? A mosquito bite? Like, come on. So like that's expect taunting in this fight. Expect it. If I start getting overconfident, bro, I'll put my hands behind my back. I'll say, hit me. You see me in sparring, I'll put my guard down and I'll drop my face like this. I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Too
Oh
fast.
yeah,
Let me
literally.
go. Yeah. So it's like I get like that.
The Uzman special.
I want to give him that Uzman that. Shout out to Leon Edwards, man. That was some crazy shit. It was fucked up because I was watching that fight, right? Shout out to my boy Luis Rodriguez. He ain't never gonna see this, but he holds these TikTok lives for all the fights, so I can watch them for free. And I'm watching this fight, and I'm at work, and then my phone starts dying because when you go on any live, your phone just drains, bro. Like I was like, all right. And then I'm like, this fight's a wrap. Like, Usman's been beating him up. We're going into the 4th round. Like, this is a wrap. And then I go and plug my phone in. I get off the phone. And then all my boys are texting me going, did you see Edwards? I'm like, what are you talking about? So I go back on Twitter and I just see Edwards knocking him out. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That was
Here's
pretty
my full
crazy.
medal right here, though.
Nice.
That's legitimate right there.
Nice.
Broke a guy's arm on a takedown. It was accident. Like, I feel like that's how I won. Cause you got to go through 3 guys. You got to submit them or win by points. The first guy, I took him down with ease, but the way he landed, his arm snapped like right. And I saw it. I saw his bone coming out. And then I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
It's all on
damn.
my Instagram. Actually, you can see the video. Like I get up and I'm like, no. And I'm like, get an ambulance. Like, I'm like freaking out. I'm like tripping for this kid. I'm like, no. This isn't how this is supposed to be. And went on to fight another guy that just went all 3 rounds. So he was already tired. Now, I wasn't tired at all. So I feel like I got lucky with this one, but I got it.
Nice, yeah. And then I wanted to build off too, since we were talking about UFC. So recently we just had the Cyril Gane versus Tai Tuivasa, and then Robert Whittaker versus Marvin Vettori.
Yeah, how did that fight go? I didn't see the Whittaker fight.
Oh, Whittaker dominated. He dominated. He landed twice as many strikes overall landed. And honestly, he even got the takedown on Marvin Vettori, who was talking so much shit and everything. And dude, you could tell Whittaker broke his spirit.
No, yeah, Whittaker, I felt like took it personally. Then because Marvin was saying some shit.
He was talking, but I don't know, man. Because me and him were talking last week, and I was saying that Whitaker had to knock him out, or he's just stuck in
He's gonna
mud in
do it.
that division.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Was
And
it a decision?
Yeah, unanimous decision.
yeah, and with him, he had 2 fights with Izzy, not too spread apart to me, and he can't beat him. So it's like you're stuck in mud. You're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
stuck in mud.
Yeah, I know he's pushing for the trilogy fight because that's something that he was calling for in the post-fight press conferences too. So I think he could probably, maybe, you know what?
Oh, you're
Because
talking Whitaker and Adesanya?
Yeah.
because Whitaker
Because the
lost the
second
first
fight
2
was
fights.
close. The
Yeah,
second
that was
fight
a lot
real
closer.
close.
It was
Yeah, and I
close,
so
but
close.
he didn't even beat. To me, even though he landed more and all that, you got to knock him out to say,
Yeah.
look, I know I lost twice to Izzy, but I deserve that third opportunity.
I feel like
Mhm.
if Whitaker, because I have a strong belief, and so do a lot of other judges, that you got to beat the champ to be the champ.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, I feel like if it was the way that second fight happened, I feel like if Whitaker was the champion at that time, the judges would have gave it to him because he was the champion. And I feel like Adesanya wouldn't have been enough for him to just take the belt. But then again, could have still won a decision. That fight was just really close. It was really good, but you did see that the champion, Adesanya, the champion, you did see that it wasn't enough to beat the champ. If you want to be the champ, and that's the whole thing there. Shout out to John Jones. I don't know how he did it. I still consider him the GOAT, but I mean, fuck, the fight with Santos and Reyes, those are so close. Woo!
Yeah, dude, I had Reyes that fight. I was so devastated with the
Everybody
fact
did.
that I heard that Jones won. I was like, come on, bro. He landed so much more and everything.
It
But I
was.
feel
It was a lot of volume.
So
Yeah.
saying John Jones, that brings me to the heavyweight division.
Yeah,
Man,
the big boys.
what
The
the
big
hell
boys.
are we gonna see here? We got James Handle Tui. Then you got John
Oh,
Jones about to
man.
fight what's his name?
Stipe Miocic.
Right? And then you got
That's gonna
Ngannou
happen?
already.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
Stipe's
promo's
just
been
kicking
announced.
back, waiting for John. Then
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. And it's kind of caught in limbo. Stipe and John, they're going to be fighting for the interim title belt, which I think is kind of weird. I think that's kind of weird for the division. And now with Cyril Gane being the #1 contender and defending his spot
it is a
against
Cyril
Ty
Gane fight.
Devasa.
I see,
Yeah, it's.
but
I
he's
definitely
out for
say
6 months. I just saw that he got a broken hand,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
from
so that's
Ty.
off the table. He's out.
But
He got a broken hand in the Tua fight.
But even with that, so John Jones, let's say John Jones beats Stipe or Stripe. So then you got Ngannou. So did they have to fight right off the back, and then the winner of them
Well,
gets
Ngannou's recovering too, isn't he? Is it Ngannou? No, isn't. Yeah, I think Ngannou's still recovering from the knee surgery. Then you got
He
Cyril
might be
Gane,
there.
who's getting surgery on his hand. I think Ngannou might be recovered. I don't know.
I
Yeah,
think he's out to like the end of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might be right, bro. Because I know that he got a knee surgery. When you get a knee surgery, it's pretty fucking serious.
At minimum 6 months.
I'm so
Yeah.
lucky, bro. Of all these fights, I haven't dealt with any serious injuries other than right now. They want to do surgery on my left shoulder. That's about it. I'm lucky. I don't know how.
Oh, you staying off the ground.
Durability. Yeah, gotta stay off the
You staying on your feet.
Yeah, use those
Ow.
kicks.
MMA fights. I feel like if I did the same amount of MMA fights as kickboxing fights, I'd be dealing with a lot more injuries right now. Because MMA is so much more. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything. And
Like you said, the Naga one, you took dude down and snapped his freaking arm, and it was an accident.
complete freak accident. I don't even know how that happened. That guy was like a blue belt too, so that's cool. Like I could roll with blue belts, I can take them down. I can do that,
Should
But
break their arms.
the triangle I got on what's his name, Tyrell. Yeah, or no, his name is Tyrell Baker. The triangle I got on him in the championship round was super clean. If you guys ever get a chance, go check that out. It's on my Instagram. It's also, if you go to my Twitter, it's pinned right at the top. Really clean. It was like how Habib rolled up Justin when he mounted him, and then he did like a rolling back triangle. That's exactly what I did.
Nice.
And what's cool is like it was before that fight too. So when I saw that fight, it was like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. You know, I was like, you see, I just did that. Like, I mounted him, and then I put him in the triangle. I put him in a mounted triangle, and then I just rolled back, and then from there it was a wrap.
So speaking of great strikers, Diaz is coming up.
Yeah,
It's said to be his last fight
this Saturday.
I mean, do you feel like he's gonna win? Do you feel like
the thing is, I never count him out because look what he just did to the current champ. He almost knocked him out. He almost knocked him the fuck out. I mean, dude, he was sleepwalking as far as I'm concerned. I mean, he put him in a place that Leon's never been hit like that before. And you watch Leon's interviews, he still tells you even after the Usman fight, he said, "I've never been hit like that." And Nate really hurt him bad. And
a lot of people
for him to be able to do that to the current champion is very impressive because I don't even think Conor can go in there and do something like that. You know, I don't think there's a lot of guys. Well, Conor's rich, so we don't even need to talk about him because he has no discipline anymore. He doesn't have discipline anymore. He lost his discipline because he has money, which is fine. If I was a billionaire, you think I'd want to fight anymore? I'm trying to get rich. I'd probably still want to fight, actually. I'd get bored, bro. I'd be like, fuck this.
Yeah. I'm really interested too with this Diaz versus Hamzat fight because you can't count Nate Diaz out because if you also think about it too, back when Conor McGregor was on his prime run, he was a champion in a different division and Nate submitted him. Yep. So he's technically taken out a champion before.
And the second fight was so close, dude.
Fuck. Yeah, exactly.
I thought Nate won the second fight just because of, like, people want to talk about how I feel like the judges only looked at the times when Nate got dropped. Because Nate got dropped, 3 times in that fight? Just from that same straight left. But, like, that was it to me. You know, after that, Nate had him pressed up against the cage and was just smothering him the whole fight. So I thought Nate won the second fight, and so did a lot of people. But Nate versus Khamzat, dude, you know, Khamzat's a big deal, you know. But the thing is I feel like Nate can beat Gilbert Burns in a better fashion than Khamzat did. I really do. I think Nate is counted out against so many guys. And that's not just, I'm not biased towards Nate. I like Nate. I'm a fan. I'm going to be realistic. Anything can happen in a fight. You know, anything.
Right.
So, I think that Nate brings that X factor. I think that he makes that anything happen. And he has.
The thing about me is that I hate when guys go to fight Nate and they talk. Because he's one of those guys you should be focused. You just go in there, get it in. Now, I did see, and this could be the UFC, but I did see what's his name say that he's the contracted killer hired to take Diaz out. I didn't like that.
No, Nate mocked him. Did you? I don't know if I just saw this interview from Brett Okamoto.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm the one getting hired to kill the killer, to kill the gangster." He was literally like mocking what he was saying because it was cheesy. I'm sorry, I thought it was cheesy. You know, because but then again, we're Americans. You know, he's got his. I don't know where he's from. Where is he from? Russia or something?
I think he's
Czech Republic.
Yeah, Czech Republic, and he currently lives in Sweden, I think.
Yeah, he is in Sweden.
Somewhere like that, yeah.
He's in Sweden, yeah. That's why he's training with him, Darren Till. Darren Till's going to be a champ.
Darren Till's nice. I like Darren.
They just booked him.
For December.
Dorossi. That Dorossi guy, that guy's good, dude.
Yeah, he is.
Darren, I can't remember that guy's name. I'm typing it on my Google right now. I can't seem to... Dorossi. His last fight was against Brunson. Got beat up.
What's up, Lennon?
Yeah, what's up, man?
That was a good fight, though. That was a
Yeah,
good
it
Yeah,
was.
that
fight.
was a good fight. But see, Darren Till's 29. He's young. Yeah, people think 29 in MMA is young, is old, and it's not. You know, this isn't the NFL
No.
where like this isn't the NFL where you've got to be in tip top, insane,
What was
taking
Randy?
steroids, athletic, shape.
What was Randy, like 50 when he had the belt?
Yeah, he was like 47 or something, and then Brock Lesnar came and knocked him out.
Yeah, they shouldn't even let Brock get the ring with him.
No, that was retarded, dude. I
That
remember
was
watching that. I
stupid.
was, oh my god.
You know the Brock Lesnar fight that just made me just hate his guts inside the octagon was the Frank Mir. He beat the dog shit out of Frank Mir, and they just let him beat his ass. I was such a Frank Mir fan too.
I don't. You want to know why I don't like him? Because when I went here to this event, he was there with his daughter. His daughter was competing, and I saw Frank, and I went up to go shake his hand and say hi to him, and he just completely ignored me. So I was like, all right, fuck you. And then I went and watched his daughter lose, and I was like, hell yeah, fuck you. And then I watched him walk out all pissed off, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna win this fucking gold right here. And it was cool because my mat was like directly across from his, so he had to have seen me fighting. He had to have seen me. There's no way he didn't. And I remember when I tapped bro out, I looked right at him, dude, and I was like, I didn't say nothing, but I'm not gonna say nothing to Frank Mir, bro. Fuck that.
No.
But
No.
fuck him.
I wouldn't even bring up Brock Lesnar's name around him.
Nah.
Dude, he's got the biggest hands in the UFC. They had to make a special glove just
Hey,
for
I
him.
saw a picture of him
Yeah.
and Shane Carwin. Believe it or not,
Shane was
bigger
dope.
than his.
Shane was
Damn.
dope, man. I
Yeah.
always thought Shane was gonna be really, really,
Shane
really, really
dropped
good.
him. Shane beat the shit out of him, and then it just
Shane was really nice. I also liked Bader too. Bader was my guy too. for a
Yeah,
minute.
he dominated in Bellator until I think Musashi
Recent.
came around.
To recent. Yeah,
He's still
no.
a champ, isn't he? Bader?
Who Bader?
Still a
I think
heavyweight champ.
I think there's two of them right now. I think they had an intern, and then they had to unify them.
Yeah.
Because remember, hold up, that was the Grand Prix. We were talking about how stupid the Prix was because they had Bader, who was the champion in the Grand Prix, and then he lost, and then
But he
so
was
I don't
still
even
the
know.
champ.
Yeah, I don't know what ended up. I think they had to unify him still.
Wow.
Well, the Grand Prix is different than you win
But
a Grand Prix. That's nice. You get a lot of money. You make more money winning a Grand Prix because it's a tournament than you do winning a title with Bellator. The same's gonna go for one championship. You win a
Well,
Grand
see,
Prix
one
and
is
one
dope.
championship. Demetrius Johnson, went and got his revenge. You see that? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean too, at the Rough 47, we had Terrence Jean-Jacques who fought on the road to one heavyweight tournament, and dude won a $140K contract.
That's what I'm saying. And rough, and dude, I've been telling everybody that I want to go to Asia, because Asia, in my opinion, that one roster is way more dangerous than the UFC roster, and that's just my opinion.
We talk about this every week, me and Josh.
I
We
think that
have
one
powwows about
championship right
this.
now is the best promotion on the planet. They also, you know what they do?
Have you heard of Brave?
Yeah, I've heard of Brave.
I like Brave too.
Brave is pretty badass. I like Glory. I want to be in Glory, but one has their own kickboxing division in all weight classes, so that's really cool. I don't know. When I go pro, I'm obviously probably gonna fight for rough pro or whatever. But dude, once I start blowing through guys, I gotta get out of the States, man. I gotta go. It's the only way I can make the money.
Go to Tiger Muay Thai out there. You train. They got all the most lethal freaking kickboxers, Muay Thai guys.
They just lifted the COVID rules. It's cheap to go out there. $2,000, bro. I think not even like 50. Eli told me, he was like, shout out to Eli, crazy Muay Thai fighter. That guy will punish you. He can get me over there for like $1,500. I can go there for like a straight 2-month camp which is
Right.
Damn.
insane. It's cheap to go there, bro. That's why everybody goes there. You see like
Right.
old people training at Tiger Much. Like you see all kinds of people training there because they can afford it. You know, I feel like I can afford it. Yeah, I could do that. I could spend 15 and go out there, and all you gotta do is bring like $600-700 cash out there and trade that in for the whatever the Thai money is. It's like triple, quadruple
American.
as American. So I'll be able to eat. I know that the living conditions is rough. I know that's gonna be rough, and you can catch staff out there. Shout out to Jeff Eastwood. Jeff is a very, very good fighter. All around great fighter. He's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. No, he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. And he's extremely good at Muay Thai. He went out there and caught a staph infection. So when I go out there, I got to be careful, make sure everything's clean. Those gyms, they aren't the cleanest, but you're going to learn more. I mean, they have the best teachers out there. Shout out to Tiger Muay Thai.
You learn fight. You know clean.
Yeah, you're sleeping on that. Like John Wayne Parr. You guys know who John Wayne Parr is?
I've heard the name.
John Wayne Parr. Shout out to John Wayne Parr. I'm going to actually, you know what? Hold on. I'm actually going to screen record because me and John Wayne Parr talk a lot. Shout out to John Wayne Parr because I saw videos of him, pictures of him at 26, 27 years old. You should have seen what he was taking a shit in. I mean, he was shitting in like a bucket. And then he was like sleeping on the floor. But he was so happy because he knew that he was with the best guys in the world. Put me in that position. I'm like, bro, I don't care. I was already going to talk to my coach about sleeping in the gym a couple times just to try it out. But no, I'm not going to do that. But what I'm saying is that I wouldn't mind doing that at all. As long as I stay clean and healthy, why not? What else matters, you know, at this point? You know, I'm too deep in this. What else matters?
Right.
Mhm. Yeah, and that was something too. I was talking with rough fighter Bez Nagashi, who that interview finally published, and we were talking about it. Great fighters, they never have an easy story. You
That's
know,
Jared's fighter, right? And Tim Couch.
Yeah, over at
Yep.
MMA Lab. Yeah.
Tim Couch.
Yeah, it's never an easy story. Like Besnick, he was telling me something. He was telling me about like back home in Albania, the stuff that he's gone through, and like that when they were kids, like in 98, 99 was a war that was going on between Serbia and Albania, and he had to live through that. So it's like with fighters, their stories is it's very different from like average normal Joes that don't, I say necessarily reach this peak level of like human conditioning and greatness, especially as a fighter, and to come from such hardship and to channel it. Yeah, exactly. And for it for you to be able to channel it in that way.
Like
right.
Everybody, I feel like every fighter has to have some kind of past, other than Stephen Thompson.
Well, it's that survivalistic.
His dad was already rich from kickboxing, so his daddy put him through everything. I'm not talking any smack. He's my favorite fighter. I'm just saying, I come from child abuse. You know, my dad did a lot of bad things to me, and shout out to my dad. He made me, you know, I mean, he did a lot of bad things. He wasn't the best dad, but he's the one that planted that shit in my brain that like, you got to fight. You know, he used to hit me and be like, what are you doing? Put your guard up. Because my dad was kickboxing too, but my dad was very abusive, and I hated him. And I finally moved out when I was 14. Fucking hated him. But you end up finally respecting him, I guess, you know, and stuff like that. But I know that was child. I'll never treat my kids that way. If my kids want to fight, they'll fight. It's simple as that. I'm not going to force my kids to fight. You know what I mean? I'll bring them to the gym, let them check it out, let them get inspired, which is what should happen. But my dad would beat me so bad, I go in the room and I just start watching UFC, figuring out how I can beat up my dad. And at 14, I finally beat him up. I was 14, I beat up a grown man who was already trained, beat the shit out of him. And then he was like, yeah, you're going on a bus to your mom's. And it was like a pride thing to him. Like when I did that to him, he like dumped me to my mom right away. Gave up on raising me and all that. It was crazy. Yeah, shout out to my dad.
Man. Yeah,
John
there's
Jones, dude, he comes from, John Jones had a rough childhood too.
yeah,
All he knows is drugs and hookers, dude, and he still wins.
yeah, and
It's
it's that
wild.
survivalist. It's that survivalistic.
It's that mindset.
Yeah, that mindset.
It's the brain. It's just the brain, How the fuck? I still don't understand this, but how are you gonna go out and hang out with hookers and do cocaine all night, right? And then beat a guy like Daniel Cormier the next day? Like,
Yeah,
that's insane.
that fucking blew my
bro.
mind.
That's insane. Like, and that was the
That
first
tells you
fight.
how good he is too.
Yeah, because he even said that. Like during the second fight press conference, he was like, "Bro, I did so much drugs before I fought you, and I still beat your ass."
Hey, the
I was
messed
like,
up part, he is not lying. He
He's
is
not
not lying one bit.
No.
John
Yeah.
Jones is a
He is a
partier.
partier. Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
He did it for every weekend of every camp. Like he
Always
straight up
partying.
was talking about that on the Joe Rogan podcast. That would be his built-in excuse he ever lost, but he still just kept on winning and winning and winning.
So he was prepared. He was ready. Like if he lost, he was ready to say why he lost, which isn't
He
good.
just he didn't care.
Yeah.
At that point, he was winning so much, so often, so easily. He didn't care.
But the thing is he's a Jones. Those guys, look at Chandler Jones.
Huge.
Those guys are like naturally, they were born that way.
Yeah,
And
they were hatched by a
wasn't
tree.
born this way. I had to fucking work for this shit. Like
Yeah.
that motherfucker, I feel like has so much athleticism naturally that all he's got to do is go train, and he's good.
Yeah.
Shout out to John Jones. I mean, what can you say?
Right.
People talk smack, but he's the GOAT. I mean, if he gets this heavyweight title, there's no debate.
You mean if he loses it? If he doesn't lose it, because technically he's still the champ.
Yeah, to me, he's still the light heavyweight champ. Yeah.
No one's ever truly beat him. No one's ever
Because
truly
Yuri-
taken that belt away from him.
Bro, Yuri against Glover wasn't even that, like, I thought Glover was gonna win. Yuri won, but like he didn't. It was lame, and Yuri knows that. That's why he wants a rematch. He wants to show everybody that that wasn't him or whatever. But I think he should just fight somebody else, and I think that's what they're aiming for. I think Yuri's gonna fight.
I know they're kind of pushing for Jan Blachowicz because they had Jan and Yuri. They had that little bit of altercation, and Yuri had said something to that effect that he's gonna offer him that fight.
Jan to me is a more legitimate light heavyweight champion because of him simply defending against Adesanya. Because I think Adesanya can beat a lot of those light heavyweights. I really do. I really think Adesanya can knock out Glover. I think he can knock out Alexander Gustafsson. I don't think he could beat John Jones though. They were pushing that fight. Remember that?
Hardcore. Yeah, hardcore.
I'm like, Izzy, don't do that, bro. You're gonna get smothered. I honestly think not only can John stand with him and strike with him, which he can, because he's conditioned, so he'll get kicked in the leg like that and be like, fuck.
John Jones
literally
was
what
just
Jan
lay
did.
on top of Izzy.
And he could just lay on him all 25 minutes until
literally
he break him.
If he got on top of him, there was absolutely nothing Izzy can do to get him off the top. He could. I'm not saying he won't be able to choke him out from the bottom or do something crazy like that, but there's absolutely nothing that he can do to get him off of him. Period.
I mean, he had too much of a trouble with Jan. That's exactly what Jan Blachowicz did. He just utilized wrestling jiu-jitsu and just stayed on top. And John Jones, he's a much bigger
And he
dude.
checked his leg kicks too. That's what was really impressive. When Jan literally checked he neutralized the leg kicks at the end of the second round. Izzy couldn't throw them anymore. It was gonna hurt him too much. And even though I said earlier, I'll kick somebody rather they check it or not. I'm at a different level. Those guys are at a crazy level where like you can't deal with a leg check from Jan Blachowicz. You'll get your leg broken, bro.
Yeah.
Like you'll get your shit snapped. Like he's so big. Like he's huge. I feel like if I was 205, all right, let me go try it out. Let me go do it. But I'm not. Like, I'm
Right.
not gonna go there and try to lay kick John Blachowicz. I'm gonna get beat the fuck up.
He'll just lay on you.
He'll just no, he'll beat me in the feet.
We'll play Papa Roach in the background. Suffocation, no breathing.
Right.
Man. I might land that question mark kick or something, and then after that, he'll feel like it was a mosquito bite, and he'll just beat me up. That's exactly what would happen. I don't think John Blachowicz. And Adesanya's puzzle I still can't solve. And so is, even though he's on a losing skid right now, Stephen Thompson deserves so much more recognition than he gets. He lost to Bilal Muhammad, and that was a
And
really
Bilal
boring
is
fight.
nice, but Bilal is so nice. I think they
Bilal
respected
is
each other
great.
way too much.
Bilal is, I feel like a lot of people talk a lot of shit on Bilal because of, but what Bilal does is he figures out how to beat you, and he just does it that way.
He just beats you.
He
He doesn't
figures out
care.
how to do it. He's like, okay,
Right.
well, with Wonder Boy, I need to just clinch him against the cage and keep hitting him. And that's
Keep
what he
grinding
did.
him.
He was clinching him. He had him in a clinch. He was strangling him the whole time.
Yep.
So there's really Wonder Boy wasn't getting hurt. I mean, he probably really didn't get hurt at all. He's probably already ready to fight, but he just followed the right game plan. A lot of volume, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I know there was a bit of controversy too with Steven's last fight with Gilbert Burns, where Gilbert Burns was landing some illegal shots. I don't remember how. I don't remember how true it was. I didn't see the full fight, but that's a big thing.
That was when they should have deducted points, and they didn't. That's just my opinion, though. I'm gonna go biased to Thompson on that one. I'm gonna back up my karate buddy right there. No, there was some serious strikes to the back of the head where I was like, "Bro, take a point." Like, he's continuing to do this, and he continued. Gilbert kept doing it, and I was like, "Take a point." Like, no. And that frustrated Steven. I could tell because they were in this little clinch thing, hitting each other at the same time. That was pretty wild to see. And you don't see Steven do shit like that. So he did that out of frustration. He got frustrated in that fight, just like he got frustrated against Bilal. And I feel like what he's doing right now is he's working on his discipline. Discipline. Discipline is what gets you through this shit. It's not, oh, I know how to do all these moves and I'm going to go and do them. No. It's your mindset going in. It's the discipline that you have going in. And even though Steven had that, he lost his discipline when he got frustrated in those two fights. Can't get frustrated, man. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
You lose. When you get frustrated, you throw stupid shit or you get taken down. I mean, that's
or you get a Usman surprise. I'm telling you.
Yeah, like when I go and shout out to Trenton Byers. When we spar standing up, there's obviously a huge difference there. Like me, I'm better. But when we roll on the ground, I get frustrated. And I start doing stupid shit, like shit that I'm trying to sweep him and do dumb shit that I can't do. And this guy's a legitimate wrestler. And he's just crawling all over me, dude. And this kid's like 20 pounds less than me, bro. That's the craziest thing. Like, he's like this to me, And I'm like, and he just dominates me on the ground. He's so good. And he gets me frustrated, bro, to the point where I actually get submitted every single time. I mean, that kid's, I've only tapped him out once on a triangle. I have a good triangle. I have a mean triangle, bro. Like, my triangle, when it gets in, it's in. I have a really good one. And I've only tapped him once. He's tapped me probably like 8, 9, 10 times. Shout out Trenton, man. World champ.
Well,
Flyweight world
Dustin,
champ.
so we're at about that time, but before we get up out of here, I want to give you a chance to say, anything last that you want to say, and then definitely give a shout out to October 7th. Tell them where they can find you, things like that.
Bro, I just wanted to shout out Throwing Hands podcast. This is a badass channel. And the whole ASAP thing you guys got going on, badass. This is a cool channel. I've been checking it out. I've been listening to these conversations while I'm at work. So it's really cool. The Albanian guy, it was really, really cool listening to because they are always at war. Syria. And that's always happening. So I know what that guy comes from. It was really cool to listen to him. You guys rock. Thanks for having me. And tune in October 7th. that's when you're going to see the truth. I mean, I'm serious. You're going to see what hard work looks like. You're going to see what discipline looks like and dedication. I've got a great team behind me, and we're going to get the win. And then hopefully we get an interview after the win. We go over the fight and go from there. Instead of talking about the Cyril Gane fight, we talk about my fight. And we'll go from there. I just can't wait. I look forward to being back on the show. I appreciate you guys a lot, man. Awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man. We can't wait to see it. Hopefully we get you that fight on October 7th, and let's make it happen.
Oh, look, even I wanted to say this too, and I didn't say that. Even if nobody wants to fight me on that rough card, we'll go anywhere. We'll do anything. I'll keep training. I'll just keep going. I can wait another month. Whatever. That's more cutting weight for me. It doesn't matter. I just want to go. So whoever's going to give me the chance and opportunity to get those gloves on and get in the ring, please just let me get it, because I'm ready and I'm here and it's my time. I've arrived. I figured this shit out. I have arrived, and Joel and CJ, they all need to know that. Like, I've arrived, and they're gonna see. They're all gonna see. No, I don't got to do too much more talking. They're gonna see.
Yeah, well, you definitely got me ready for it. I'm excited. October 7th, we'll be there. You know what I mean? You guys out there, if you can't be there, the pay-per-view is always on sale.
I think it's $24.95.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view. It's actually
nice,
they've improved it too. They've improved the buffering and shit. I remember when they first started doing their pay-per-view, I couldn't watch a single. I like bought it for no reason. I couldn't. It wouldn't buffer. But now they have like this new thing. I know about it. I can't remember. Can't remember what program they're using, but it's totally different now to where you can actually watch the fights on rough. So, yeah, Get ready. You guys want to see some shit, some spinning shit? We're throwing spinning shit now. Shout out Carlos Condit. No, that was Diaz that said that. Nick Diaz. Oh, we're throwing spinning shit now. Yeah, no, you're gonna see a lot of spinning shit. Your head's gonna be spinning. It's gonna be nice. I'm gonna get the knockout. So it's gonna be a quick, clean one.
Nice.
It's gonna be good.
Well, also, if you haven't seen it, Josh, you dropped the Benzie one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So that's live. Clips will be coming out this week. I finally finished the thumbnail, so you guys definitely want to check it out. Josh said what clips. Josh said what main channel. It'll be all over.
Said what? It's gonna be sick, bro. I'm so stoked on this event. There's gonna be some fire. There's gonna be some pros there too. I know that. They always show up. So I want to go see them. I want them to see it, man. I'm telling you, Road to One championship. I want to go there.
Well, hey, we talk about Road to One a lot, so I agree with you.
Yeah, maybe on the next show we should talk about Road to One a lot more. I know a guy that actually I have him on TikTok. He's actually a heavyweight champ right now. I gotta reach out to him. His name is, I only know his nickname, Dark Horse MMA, and he's like this big black dude, and he just beats the shit out of everybody. And he won the Road to One fight, but they didn't give him a contract for some reason. But he went and won a heavyweight belt with another promotion. So I want to see if he can get back into rough. And
is it Wild Man?
Does he bleach? Have you seen him with bleached hair? He has like a bleached mohawk hair.
Oh, not in the mohawk.
He's crazy. Like, he throws spinning shit, and he's like a heavyweight, bro. He's like that guy Barnett. Have you seen Barnett in the UFC? The fat guy. That guy's cool. He's like the Roy Nelson, but like spinning shit.
Hey, but yeah, no, let's plan for that. Let's plan for the post-fight W interview.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Hey, even if it's an L, bro, we're gonna talk about how I lost. All that.
I mean, we'll do that, but it ain't gonna happen. No. So, but yeah,
I really don't think anybody out there in that whole area. That's why I'm going to Flagstaff this weekend, which is near Tuba City. I'm going this weekend, all weekend. I'm working high elevation at 7,200 feet. So I'm getting ready for those guys because I know Tuba City is a higher elevation. I know those gyms out there are at higher elevation. So all I got to do is just acclimate my cardio to that. I'll be good. I'm just going to train hard up there for 3 straight days, kick some pulls, get crazy with it, do a lot of running and a lot of sprints, come back down to Lake Havasu City, spar some guys down here, and then we'll see where my cardio really is.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you already right there. I mean, you said you should be at like 140 by the end of the week. So I
Yeah,
mean,
easily. And that's just from eating good and training hard.
right?
That's all it is. And a
No.
lot of water. A lot of water.
They should be scared, Dustin. They should
They
be
will
scared.
Oh, no. I can't wait for the face-off. I'm not going to do nothing crazy, but I know I'm going to scare them.
Hey, I can't wait.
I
But
can't wait,
yes,
man.
we'll be back here next Tuesday, same time. Check out the Benji interview.
Yeah,
You can catch
the Benji
me
interview's good.
during the week. I'll probably be on Friday talking with some ASU if you guys want to hear about that. So until next time, thank you
Till next
again,
time,
Dustin.
boys. Hey, thanks a lot for having me on the show, man. I'll talk to you guys after the fight. Thank you.
Yeah, you have a
Yes,
good one,
sir.
man.
All
You
right,
guys
take it
take
easy.
care.
Take care.
Yes, sir.
Shanig, man. Fuck with ASAP Sports Network, man. Tune in, stay logged in, and stay mouthed in. You dig? Yuck mouth. Yada da. Boy!
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole
Rebel soul child got a fist balled. I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up. I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless. Yeah, I got next up, right? No, we're not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride. You do better keeping it quiet. My pen is ignited, my soul is enlightened. I like who I am, but I'm biased. The palette is right, and my drip is a fountain. I'm not like these regular guys. All of that talk is misguided. She like the way I make the tape print, but the way I make the words play is grim. I'm the reaper reaching for the kill switch. The label cut the check like the Blazeman. Something sparking where his brain is. The beat is somewhere where they prayers in. Geronimo, the way I make the bass jump.